Hello, I'm Diana. I am a Colombian missionary and I'm here in this magazine of the Angels of the Order of Saint Michael. I want to share with you a little story of my conversion. I am from Colombia. I was born there in a Catholic family but not very practicing the faith. I had the sacraments, the basic ones, the baptism and the Holy Communion, but I was never taught the faith in my family. We never prayed together. We almost never went to the church. Even though I received the Holy Communion, after that, we never went back to the church for the sacraments. When I was about 15 years old, I was having a really bad time. In my family, they were very worried because I was away from God and I was also living a life that was filling my heart with anger. I was really sad, disobedient, and I was having trouble with my parents. My mother invited me to a parish youth group, and that was the first time I saw young people in faith. I didn't want to go, but she made me go, and it was a time of grace. I think when you open your heart to God, He definitely takes that chance to enter and to change the life. My life was changed in a very simple way, but I think it was the pedagogy of God with my soul. I started to know the church from zero. I learned how to pray, how to pray the rosary, for example, all the devotions, the adoration to the Blessed Sacrament, how to go to confession. I wasn't prepared for many years to go to confession. After Holy Communion, I never went back to the sacrament of confession. So it was the first time many years later that I started to prepare myself, my soul, to go to confession, also to learn about the liturgy, the Eucharist, everything. And I got in love with the church deeply. I never had the peace and love and joy in my life that I had at that moment when I started to go back to church and go back to the sacraments. And it was a change of life. Also, a very important thing is I started to serve in a community in Colombia with poor people, especially with people from the streets. And I think that experience for many years working in the streets with homeless gave me a new perspective of the church that is loving, of the church that serves humanity and it serves the poor and the needy. And I was there for a couple of years, and that gave me a beautiful, beautiful view of the Catholic Church and the service to humanity. Later on, I was invited by some friends to a spiritual retreat in the House of the Pilgrims of Love, the community I belong to. We are lay missionaries and we work in new evangelization, especially with people that belong to the church, that are baptized, but they are away from God. They have forgotten their faith. And so we work to renew their faith, for a spiritual renewal in their lives. And we work as missionaries in retreats, in formation talks to them. I have been a missionary for 13 years now, and it has been a big, big blessing to be able to travel around the world with the founder of our mission, Marino Restrepo, giving retreats and talks in many, many countries. And it has been a blessing because I have been able to see the church inside, in the parishes, in the communities, and have a beautiful experience of the Catholic Church, that we are one, that we are in one spirit, under one God, and that everywhere you go, you can find that loving sharing with Catholic people around the world. So we are here in Poland now because we are beginning a mission of 1 week with the congregation of Saint Michael and the parishes that they have here in Poland. So we are going to be here all this week giving talks and retreats in different parishes. I thank God for the opportunity to share with you, and I ask God to bless this mission of the Congregation of Saint Michael and this magazine of the angels. God bless.